Whoo, what's up, motherfuckers? The Worm, son! And I'm here, actually, one of these... I suppose this is a break from the normalcy of, this fucked up channel, but one of the things that's been, really... And it's not bandwagon jumping, because I'm not sitting here being like, well, I wonder, you know, what the youth of this day... Listen, motherfuckers, I'm still in the youth of this day. I don't really get a whole lot of the earlier things, like with the whole shoes and being like, what are those? But the one thing I truly am baffled by is how big the Tide Pod Challenge has reached, how the heights that it's reached, so to speak. Whereas, like, you know, that fucking cinnamon challenge, the ice bucket challenge is a waste of water. You know, people are bitching about, you know, California drying up like Oprah Winfrey's fucking coochie, and they're wasting a bucket of ice water. But that one was over, and then the cinnamon challenge, and then I don't know, maybe there was a beat your spouse with a coffee pot I don't know all the challenges that came out, but the Tide Pod Challenge, I thought was over quick. I was like, oh, I get it. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't get it. I totally get it. You know, there's some daring motherfuckers out there, and people are quite bored. Once we have all this, you know, as soon as the internet came out, people's boredom reached wuthering heights because they want instant gratification, and you know, everything that passes that's viewed as extreme, they just have to one-up it. You know, I totally get the Tide Pod Challenge, but what I didn't understand was how long that shit would stay, or why people were so surprised that it, you know, the fact that people were so surprised that it was a challenge in the first place. I get that, motherfucker. It's death-defying, you know? Look at the savageness I'm beating these motherfuckers, by the way. This is all competitive play. But the Tide Pod Challenge stuck around for so long because they look delicious. I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't think they look like candy, because they look like quite scrumptious little candies, but they will fuck you up, and people are just, you know, people are losing their fucking minds over it, and I think half of the videos that come out are fake, you know, because you don't see them actually taking the Tide Pod and putting it in the water and then, you know, all in one take like a Tarantino movie. You see clips, you see them putting it in the water, stirring it up with their fork, and then them taking the, you know, next frame, boom, they're drinking something. It's not all that convincing, but there have been some deaths, you know, and some severe illnesses coming from it, but I'm not one to sugarcoat this shit. That is Darwinism to the most extreme. Darwinism is may the strong survive. And if you're taking the Tide Pod Challenge, you ain't gonna survive. Well, that's just natural selection. Just like George Carlin said, the kid who eats too many marbles doesn't grow up to have kids of his own. Or her own. I'm not being segregational here with boys and girls. It doesn't, you know. But did you notice, now this is one thing I noticed though, unfortunately, it's only fucking American kids doing it. You don't see Russians running out. They eat worse shit over there, man. They cook, even the delicacies over there aren't that good. So, I mean, it's only Americans, you know? But, you know, you don't see the Chinese doing the Tide Pod Challenge. They're, you know, they got shit to do. You know, I think we should take these kids and put them all in Tide pools. Haha, no pun intended. And, you know, take a poll and see why the fuck they were doing it in the first place. I guarantee you they're all gonna say because they were bored. It's just sheer boredom. People do stupid shit during boredom. That's all it is. They're not sitting out there, I don't know. You know, they have the world at their fingertips, but they could be playing, they could be getting their fucking ass kicked by the Worm on either Call of Duty World War II, you know, just throwing a tag out there, or Overwatch, just like this, but they don't. They're eating fucking laundry detergent, and you know, they're cleaning their insides for the afterlife. You know, they're really cleaning themselves up for that little pyramid that they think they're gonna go to when they meet Tutankhamun and fucking Ra and Anubis. But yeah, I don't know. Tide Pod Challenge is pretty crazy, but I'm not too worried about that one because it seems like it's losing its steam. What's the next Savage Challenge that's gonna come? And who started the Tide Pod Challenge? Who started the fucked up challenge is what I want to know. It's one of two things. It's either somebody who really thought it out and fleshed it out and was like, someone, you know, really corrupt, like that Scrooge McDuck character. You know, I think he's one of the most corrupt people things come up with in the imagination ever. Or it was somebody who just randomly did it. And that's scarier, because if it wasn't thought up like that, and if it was just random, then that shows we're susceptible to fucking it. You don't see any kids in any other countries doing that. But the thing is, I don't get how all the people in the really, really poor countries, they eat worse than Tide Pods, motherfucker. I see those people eating dirt and you know, soap and all kinds of shit, and they don't die. And their brains are highly functional. They find a way to get the fuck out of there, and they come over here, and you know, you always hear stories saying how like they had to eat dog shit for the peanuts and stuff like that, and they get over here, but us Americans are eating Tide Pods and drop them like fucking flies. It's ridiculous. But you know, like you always hear about the horrible things people had to eat in other countries to survive, in Russia and Kazakhstan and all that shit. But here we are eating these colorful little pouches and getting our fucking asses owned. Whereas this year the flu killed 20 motherfuckers. So you know, maybe as a society people are just getting their ass kicked more and more. But yeah, that's not a, you know, it's not an opinion. I'm just commentating on something that looks. I don't want people being like, well, the worm said you can eat worse than Tide Pods and you'll be fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's weird how, you know, something so, you know, colorful tends to be so deadly. Much like the Black Widow or Nightshade. Deadly Nightshade is actually. Why aren't people eating Deadly Nightshade? I actually tried that. No, I didn't. Actually, my prediction is people are gonna start licking toads again for their fucking, but they're gonna be licking poison dart frogs, and that's gonna be disgusting. But those are colorful too, much like these Tide Pods. My prediction is gonna be a toad licker. Or a frog. I don't know. Salamanders. Who the fuck? An amphibian licking motherfucker. I don't know what the next trend's gonna be. What do you guys think? You decide. Actually, come up with something good so people don't die.